All right, Geezy, it's up on the screen for those who are here live, chova.live/Vleeties. Fantasy football draft, dude. This is my work league. There's a cash prize involved in this one. This is huge. I feel honored to be invited into this league. There's some pretty there's some head honchos up in this thing, bro. So I'm really excited. How many fantasy drafts have you done this week? Because this is the week. I had one yesterday. I have one tonight. I have one tomorrow. I had one on like Saturday. Like they're just rolling now.
Unfortunately, I've done none this fucking week because our league that we're in drafted 3 weeks ago. I don't know why still. And then my other league, I think, drafted last Sunday.
Oh, really? And why is everyone drafting so early? Because isn't it? I know
we're all a bunch of rookies. That's why
the league starts. I mean, the kickoff is literally like 48 hours away, right? Like next time, the next time people message me and go, "Are you doing a Thursday stream?" There will be a football game on, so people are going to be anticipating me interrupting a football game. Holy shit! I think
you're up.
Yeah, I didn't know it would be that loud. So yeah, this is an ESPN fantasy league. I've never done an ESPN fantasy sports league. Like.
It's all the same shit, dude. I used to do ESPN.
I'm typically a Yahoo boy, but like it seems like a lot of this is my second league this year that are going to be that's going to be
when we super kicked
on
you right
ESPN. So it's a little befuddling. Thank you so much, Libra Shimwe. That's a great name. They're going to be following me now. That's a good follow. Let me bring you up so you don't freeze because I always forget to do that. But yeah, Zach, there's been a lot of changes. So we got football right around the corner, right? Like that's the big one. Everybody, all football, the NFL's here. But for podcasters, I'm wearing a different hat tonight. Like I have hats. I have over 30 hats, Zach. Like that's one of the ways I got out of my depression. A lot of it was prayer. A lot of it was really embracing my relationship with Jesus. And the other thing is I have a bunch of hats. So look at this hat. I got a new. Look at this.
To be clear, too, it's not that you went and bought a bunch of hats and it made you happy. You just remembered that you had over 30 hats. And you're like, fuck, why am I even sad right now?
Why would I be sad? I own the most hats out of anybody that I know. And not all of them are winners. They're not all great hats. But this is a Texas Rangers black. This is a Raider color Rangers hat. And it was at Sam's Club. And how do I not get this hat? And then I should have wore it, but I also bought a $5 Texas Rangers jersey. It's not name. There's no name on it. It's just a pinstripe Rangers jersey. It's amazing. It was $5. So I was messaging Scotty Williams, my number one Angel fan friend. And I was telling him, dude, I think the conversion might be complete. Like I have so much Angel swag, but when people ask me like, oh, like how have they been doing, or do you watch the Angels? It's like, no, it's kind of what happened to me with the Redskins, where the watching goes from, like, as a Raider fan, even when they're bad, they're fun to root for. The Angels are not fun to root for or fun to be affiliated with, and I'm just being bombarded with all this Rangers swag for $5. How do I not just be a Rangers fan? I live here.
I think the problem is baseball is boring to begin with, so when your team's not good, why the fuck are you going to watch it?
That's the amazing point. Because I definitely, because I love baseball. It's one of my favorites. But playoff baseball is unbelievable because it's exciting. It's win or go home. There's a lot of implications. Regular season baseball, if your team is unbelievably eliminated, dude, it's the worst. Like it's just like the Angels are so bad that now we have the 40-man rosters as well. So you're really watching AA and AAA ball players in the month of September. Like from a team that's already eliminated from the playoffs, like we're just trying to see who we can trade next year for more draft picks. Like everybody's gonna suck. Okay.
Also when you're game 50 out of 162 for the year, it's like, fuck, dude, none of these matter. We're not even a third of the way through. There's so much left, so it's too much, dude. They need like a quarter of the game.
Well, in the last couple of years, I've been okay watching September Angels baseball, like because every game, hey, I know we're eliminated, so all of these are the World Series. These are the most important games of the year because they're the only games left. That's flipped in my head now, where I just hate the fucking Angels at this point, where the frustration and everyone wants to blame the owner. It's like, just look at this. I think it's the coaching as well. How many guys leave the Angels and are better pitchers and are better hitters? Like there's something is wrong with that organization. And like you have a Mike Trout and a Shohei, and everybody's like, "This is the team." And dude, it's bad. So real quick, I'm 1 second away. The guy before me auto drafted. I'm not getting Alvin Kamara. I really was hoping Dalvin Cook would fall to number 10.
What are you sorted by? Just rank right now?
Right now, I'm just on rank, or I think it's by ADP right now. But I'm leaning Devontae Adams. Am I crazy? First round pick, get one of the best receivers off the board.
What's the rules here? Is full point PPR?
I think it's half point. Oh, rules. Here we go. Rules, quarterback, roster. Well, where's the points? Where's the points? Scoring, receiving. Dude, it's a full point PPR. How do we not get, dude, Devontae Adams?
He's going to get so much volume.
There we go. Raiders, baby. Yeah, but and with this league, yeah, obviously, this is in Texas. There's a ton of Cowboys fans in this league, so I'm going to be able to scoop up all my favorite Raiders and all my favorite Philadelphia Eagles, because I'm not sleeping on these Eagles. I think they're going to be pretty damn good. I think a lot of people just hate him because they booed Michael Irvin, or they cheered when Michael Irvin when he broke his neck or whatever happened.
Dude, I think they'll be good, man. They're gonna do it. I have their quarterback. I need him. I need him to do work.
Need them to be good. But
who did they get that I didn't know? I said this last time. What wide receiver did they get?
Which team are you talking about? The Eagles. AJ Brown. They got AJ Brown.
Oh yeah.
They're loaded up, and yeah, like this is good. They have a really, and according to Pro Football Focus, number 1 offensive line, and I think that goes unsung in a lot of teams. When you have a young quarterback who is mobile, like Jalen Hurts, you have a good running back like Miles Sanders, who's waiting for, like, he doesn't even need to be the bell cow back. He just needs some touches. He'll be a part of the offense, and now adding AJ Brown, like, I really do think they are going to have a good year. They're going to be sneaky good, but they're going to be good. So. I anticipate them doing really well, but yeah, I'm wearing this Rangers hat. I like the Mavericks. Like, I'm just turning into. I was even looking at my Duck stuff. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Because I remember when I stopped watching the Redskins. Like, I remember when I just lost all my fandom for them. But other than that, I've never really switched teams ever. Like, that was the one where. Like, I grew up kind of just – everyone in L.A. kind of just picks a team. And I liked Clinton Portis when he was in Denver because I kind of liked Denver at the time. And then he went to Washington. I went with him. And I liked RG3. I didn't really like Jay Gruden and Kirk Cousins and all that stuff. So I just kind of was – it was like watching the Real Housewives of Washington, D.C. So I stopped rooting for the Redskins. And with the Angels, it's a little bit of the same way where – I like rooting for the shitty Raiders. I don't like rooting for the shitty Angels. Like, have you ever had that? You've never like switched a team, but your favorite teams aren't really like geographically based, though.
No, I mean, I don't switch. I mean, baseball. I've just gone to Angels games my entire life. My company had season tickets where my dad worked, so I would go to. I mean, there'd be a whole night where my cousin went on the field and sang the national anthem every year because we sponsored a night there every year. So,
an NJPW guy, what is up, dude? People are saying the draft isn't Snake. It's Snake. Oh, it's not Snake. This is hogwash. Ooh. We're going to have to redraft.
That's better, dude. Fuck Snake. I hate Snake.
Oh, because people...
I mean, Snake's great if you're in the middle, but if you're first...
I'm the 10th, so, I mean, that's 10th and then 22nd. Why wouldn't we do Snake? Yeah, everybody in the chat is like, why are there no snakes? I'm out. It's going to be ridiculous this way. This guy in the league, wow. One of the guys I work with is definitely that guy. Thank you so much, an NJPW guy. But now I feel like this draft is a sham, or it's going to redraft because I guess the commission had the wrong settings on, and I don't think he's in town to fix this.
Sick.
Yeah, it's one of those deals.
See, that's the how is your commissioner not in town for your draft?
Yeah, isn't that you got
on it or paying attention?
Because it's one of those deals where everybody wanted to. Because we had some people like a you who were like, I am not drafting within 1 day of the season. Like he thinks people are going to get hurt in preseason or like practice before walkthrough. They do walkthroughs on Thursday. I would like to do a draft right before the game, like right before the Thursday night game. Oh, it's me again. Now I'm nervous because I don't feel like this is going to count. Like Mark Andrews, Javonte.
It's just practice. Do your best. Why is Mark Andrews
He's going. He's being viewed as the number one target in Baltimore. That's why he's so highly ranked. I got him in another league, but in the 3rd round, so I know to not get him here.
Well, no, but it's a full point PPR. If he's going to get 10 catches a game at least.
That's a good point. I feel like this isn't going to count.
And then that's always like there's only 2 or 3 tight ends that really catch a lot of passes.
Well, and Javonte Williams, as much as I like him, that makes way more sense. Like this seems like you got to just pick guys that catch balls. This guy's going to get 7 points just from catching passes. So only receivers. I won't get a running back until all the receivers and tight end slots are filled up, and we're going to redraft anyway. but either way, like people being really excited for football this year. It is interesting to see how like that. To me, that's the most random fucking shit. Like I'm not. Wait, is it Snake after this round? I'm never going to get it. Never mind. I don't know what's happening.
When we super kicked you right in the face.
Thank you, Gavante19, for the follow. Welcome to the party. I'm excited to have you here. So, yes, I'm looking at football this season as like I've never been more excited. It's been paused by the league manager. Oh, okay. We've had some interference now. I feel like he's going to do something. Let's see. I'll read some messages real quick. Keep it going. Got to make in-game adjustments. Yeah, let's see. Stop the draft. Like it's turning into this is a huge issue going around the world right now. But having all this, like, I mean, obviously this is our kickoff special in a lot of ways, Zach. I mean, we have a game starting on Thursday night. Football's back. Rams and Bills. That's like Super Bowl preview is what everybody's anticipating. At least Rams, we'll see. They won the Super Bowl. I just cannot imagine that team getting back there. They lost Von Miller. I mean, he was only there for a little bit. Odell, he's not playing. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to kind of – I don't even know if they're going to win the NFC West at this point, but we'll kind of see what we can get done. So very, very curious about that. But I don't know, Zach. Going forward, I'm thinking Rangers. I'm thinking Mavericks. The Ducks are on the bubble next, dude.
Mavericks? Okay. I mean, baseball, I don't care. Baseball, I've always just worn whatever hat looks fucking legit. Like, I'd wear that hat. I don't give a fuck. I went to Angels games my whole life, but whatever. I don't care enough about baseball to have a team.
Right.
Basketball, I can't like the Lakers while LeBron is there, but I would always say I'm a Lakers guy. And then my real ride or dies are the Florida Gators are probably number 1. Patriots number 2.
Well, especially since the Florida Gators had an amazing victory this weekend. Like when your team is good at college football, it really does help. And your team wasn't even ranked going into the season. I haven't checked.
Unranked.
I have to check.
Head coach's first game in the swamp.
I got to check the polls. I'm imagining that they're ranked now. So the draft is continuing. It was paused for a second. I don't know exactly why. Mike Evans is on the board. DJ Moore, as we've discussed, this is clearly a get receivers league. So Mike Evans, obviously, right? Tom Brady?
Yeah. Yes, Mike Evans.
All right, here we go.
Godwin's better consistent, but Mike will always get the bigger plays.
And he's been hurt a lot lately. It's hard to really get behind Chris Godwin because he's constantly hurt. Wow, Gilbert says Florida's ranked 12th now. That's insane. Like they go from 0 to 12.
I'm looking at the AP Top 25 Week 2 rankings, and they're not on it.
Who's number 12 then?
September 6th.
On your list.
Oklahoma State.
Oh, good team. So Florida. Hold on, an AJPW guy. I love baseball. I mean, don't get me wrong. All right, I know in the chat he's even saying like,
I love going to a baseball game. Baseball is so fucking boring to.
Well, and maybe so. I've watched it in different circumstances. Like during playoffs, your heart, like at least my heart, is pounding every.
Oh no, they are ranked 12. Yeah, baby. I was reading the wrong list.
Florida ranked number 12 after one victory. That's insane.
And Utah's only dropped to 13 after losing to an unranked team.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for gifting Gilbert Medina a sub. That is bizarre. How do you go from not being, is that just like the AP going, yeah, we kind of fucked up. Like, why didn't we have
They are
Florida?
who we thought they were.
Because what's that kid's name? Anthony Martinez or whatever. He might win the Heisman, is what they're saying. Like their quarterback for Florida is that good that they're already thinking, well, if he keeps this up, he could be a Heisman candidate. So how do you go from a non-ranked potential, like, how do you go from a non-ranked team to might have a Heisman candidate 2 wins away from being top 10?
They just, they admit their faults. They see where they were wrong. And we proved it week 1. It's great being in Utah because everybody here is a Utes fan.
Yeah.
Fuck BYU, especially because they're doing well recently. But I just told everybody here, this is, again, the reason why nobody will ever take Utah serious is because they fucking blow games like that. Week 1, against an unranked team, you throw a fucking pick on the 2-yard line to end the game.
Yeah.
Like, run the fucking ball. You still had a minute. You could have kicked a field goal and just tied it.
Yeah.
You're throwing the ball fucking in the red zone with no time left.
There were a lot of question marks. My favorite team, the Hawaii Warriors, have gotten their asses kicked 2 weeks in a row. Like, shockingly bad. Like, and some of the mistakes they're making look like peewee mistakes. Like, there was a play where our quarterback, Shager from Texas, he was actually like, they set up what looked like almost a screen pass or something, but he was getting chased immediately. A shiny uni! Thank you, Nathan. And he just chucked the ball to the defensive end. Like, here you go. Don't hit me. Here's your ball. Like, yeah. Hawaii looks really, really sloppy and shitty right now, and it's very sad. But they're going to make a comeback at some point. I have a feeling. They lost to Western Kentucky, all right? Those guys looked huge. I know that I was watching a bunch of big Samoans from the island. They did not look as big as these dudes from Kentucky, bro.
No, all the Samoans go to Utah, bro. We got all kinds of Polynesian people out here.
Yeah, and I wonder
how... Dude, this weekend's going to be good.
Does he keep... So that only plays when, like...
Start it?
I don't know. That it keeps playing, like, when a setting changes or something. Like, or when he... So he pauses the draft, and then he resumes.
Now it's a half-point PPR.
Yeah. So let's see. Redraft tonight. Like, everyone's up in the... Everyone's
you gotta
up.
say I'm down.
Yeah, I don't know how it is. We can redo it tomorrow.
Or be the one guy and be like, I love my team so far.
Yeah, my squad is stacked. Just put that. But yeah, I agree. Like, if it's not Snake, I don't know. Like, that's weird. You know, I mean, that really would be like, that would be if I was like the 3rd best fantasy football coach in this league. So I deserve to be last, like, every time, you know, like, oh no, I don't even need your shit, bro. So, dude,
wait, I can't get over these college rankings, just as bright
and just as talented.
Lay them on me. So, a hydrate from Rizzo. So, I'm doing my dance. Do your dance, AB. Do your dance. So, okay, walk me through the rankings. Has anything shocking happened? I know we lost Oregon. I know Notre Dame lost.
Oregon got fucking just shit on, right? By Georgia?
Yeah, and I'm curious because
by like 60 points or something.
But you just mentioned, like, okay, so Oregon State, or not Oregon State, what the hell did you just say? Utah lost to Florida, and Utah only fell back to 13, and Florida jumped to 12. So if Oregon, who is
what
ranked,
was Utah ranked though?
I don't remember, 6 or some shit. I don't remember.
7.
See, I was right. So being that close, can you imagine if you're Oregon and you lose to Georgia? Do you fall back that much? Georgia's clearly one of the best 2 teams in college football.
I mean, okay, but Utah was a close game. Lost the game on the last play. They didn't get blown out by 60 points, dude. What I'm surprised is that. Well, I guess Notre Dame fell all the way to 8.
Yeah.
After losing to Ohio State is 3rd. Or they were Georgia overtook Ohio State. Okay. It's Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan now.
But I think that makes sense. I think Georgia was always way better than Ohio State. Like, how are they not ranked up there? They dominated a ranked team. Like, that showed. And Ohio State kind of struggled against Notre Dame, and I watched a little of that Notre Dame game, and all I remember all the announcers kept saying was walk on from somewhere, walk on from somewhere, walk on from somewhere. Like,
for Notre Dame?
Yeah, it was like this highly recruited, like, oh, how are they going to stop Coach Day in Ohio State? And then Notre Dame was like, all right, first year coach. They don't have Brian Kelly or whatever. But they got a bunch of young scrapping lads from around the area who really are excited to play football at Notre Dame. Like it was such a, it's such a like Cinderella story almost. Notre Dame actually trying to compete with the adults at Ohio State, but they did. Like how? So I think Ohio State. And look, it's week 1. I'm sure that was a wake-up call for Ohio State, and Notre Dame is a tough team, so I'm sure next week when they play fucking Garrison or whatever, like you can make up a college and somebody's playing them next week. Like Utah is they're gonna get their win back. They're gonna play.
Well, Georgia is playing Samford.
Oh, that's in
Ohio
Minnesota.
State is playing Arkansas State. Ooh. Michigan number 4 is playing Hawaii.
Oh, that's right. Hawaii's going to upset them, dude. It's in the big house, right? Aren't they going to Michigan?
I believe so.
Oh, Hawaii's going to get lit up, dude.
It's on the Big Ten network, yeah.
Oh, they're going to get lit up. But it's going to be
Clemson's
fun.
playing Furman.
Furman. Great school.
Dude, all these teams are going to get rolled. The only ranked matchups this week is Baylor versus BYU.
All right, I'm on the clock.
Florida versus Kentucky. We could get another ranked win here and move to the top 10.
I think we established this thing's not happening. So, okay, there's no tomorrow. Apollo Creed. I think the draft is going to be finished before you can start fresh. Can we just do it tonight? Hold up. Let me get my laptop. Everyone go. You wish to reset the draft. This is going to change. I'm just going to pick a guy. I don't know what's going on with they're having the discussion. I'm going to go DK Metcalf here in the 5th round.
There you go.
So, I'm on the clock in 4 picks. I don't know how this is working. It wasn't Snake, and now it is Snake. What the fuck? How does that? Why? What the hell is that? This is why Yahoo is far superior to whatever's happening here. I'm probably just going to close this. So let's get our slate up. Let's see. Or let's look at college football because I kind of like that. This is the first year in a while where, yeah, it seems like I'm just as excited for college football as I am about pro football. I do live here in Texas, so that always plays into it where I go to work with a ton of people that root for Oklahoma, who root for OSU, or even Texas themselves, or Texas Tech, TCU. So we're kind of all over, the state here and all over the South. There's people that obviously pretend to root for Alabama and Clemson. Like, well, no, like I've just always respected like Nick Saban. Like even when he was at Miami, like it's my fucking. I cannot stand. You know what the worst thing is? Like, you're a Patriots guy because Tom Brady. Like, I get it. All right. The worst people are the Michigan guys because of Tom Brady. Like that's such not true. When they're like,
you didn't even watch when he was there.
Well, Michigan didn't even like Tom Brady when he was at Michigan. Like Drew Henson's a starter. Like no, like how do people have this like weird blind, like this hindsight of, well, no, I've always enjoyed Tom. When he was at Michigan, I thought he was excellent. It's like, no, you never watched him play because nobody watched him play when he was at Michigan. Like it's this bizarre revisionist history where everybody wants to be the coolest guy in the room. You're already a cool guy, Geezy, for being from SoCal and loving the Patriots. But you're even a cooler guy if you like Tom Brady, if you like Michigan. Even in 2022, well, the greatest quarterback of all time went to Michigan.
Yeah, no, actually, the greatest college quarterback of all time went to Florida.
It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. And who would you like? College football is such a weird sport because it is different than football. Because even
you could be the greatest quarterback ever and not even be able to play in the NFL.
Why is the game so different? Is it because defensive ends are like children in college and then they become adults and in the pros?
Yeah, I mean, think of how many people go to the NFL every year. Fucking
200,
100, couple hundred.
Well, yeah, I guess 200 something get drafted, but yeah, only 100.
But you don't have to play college football to get drafted.
That's true, but you also don't like. There's like Alfred Morris was like a 6th round draft pick for the Redskins, and he almost didn't even make the team. Like a lot of those guys get cut. Like they just kind of get drafted, they go to a training camp, and then they get cut. Like. But I think the perfect explanation is you look at a guy like Leatherwood. Like Leatherwood played in the SEC, and he played, and at Alabama they played all. In college football, there's
will never forget that name.
Leatherwood is. We should rename this whole thing instead of hashtags and headlines. Now that we're a football like exclusive, we're just going to be Leatherwood, the Leatherwood podcast. That would be great. The Leatherwood podcast without he's not even on it. Like, and then like in 6 months from now, people are gonna ask like, why is it called the Leatherwood podcast? It's just
maybe he'll fall enough that he will end up on the podcast.
He would, yeah. If he wants to ever get on Discord with us and chat some football, I would love to have Alex Leatherwood because but this is what I was gonna say. There's 126 teams in the FBS, right, or 125 or something. Out of that, each team's going to have, let's say, let's just do this, 125, left ends, right ends, like, okay, cool. I'm a defensive end. When you get to the NFL, that number gets drastically reduced to 31 other people, 32 teams in the NFL. So now you're looking at going from this huge number and now you're weeding out the weaklings, okay? You're getting rid of all the Alex Leatherwoods and all the Clellan Farrells. And you're really getting down to the TJ Watts and the JJ Watts and the Nick Bosas and Joey Bosas. So automatically, just by trimming the fat, if you will, the talent level is going to be so much greater. And maybe there's no position like quarterback where you can be a Johnny Manziel and dominate. You can literally just dominate the college football level. But once you get to the pros and you're no longer playing, children. And now it's, hey, we've whittled it down from 125 teams that have 100 guys each. Now you're playing 32 with 53-man rosters. This is really refined. Like even a shitty team like the Browns is going to be able to beat a lot of these college teams.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just in college, unless you're playing a top, like a Georgia who sent like almost every one of their starters on defense to the NFL.
Yeah.
You're not playing fucking top level guy in the NFL. If you're on the starting roster, you have to be legit, let alone just being in the NFL.
I enjoy Nathan Weller. He did a TTS, didn't play, but he reminded me that Leatherwood is now a Chicago Bear. So
good. Fuck the Bears.
Good for him. I didn't realize that. Amazing pick. They if any team can benefit from having a Leatherwood, it's definitely the Chicago Bears. So, but that's got to be it. Because how can a Tebow be so good, and for Tim Tebow, what makes me like, and people probably hate when there's like two dudes are going to sob about Tebow not getting a fair shake. What always upset me about Tim Tebow was, or at least like his treatment, was he won those games in Denver, right? Like he won those games, and it felt like one game against New England kind of ruined his career. Like that playoff game where they just got embarrassed by Tom Brady and Belichick was like you had a hell of a run there, kid, but we're going to get Peyton Manning and ship your ass out of here. Like it was kind of we need something different. We don't want to try and evolve our offense. We have a John Elway in the back, or in the front office. He's going to make sure that this is a traditionally built football team, not a how could we let's really open up the playbook and see how to win with Tim Tebow. But I don't know, those Broncos games when he was going 2 for 18 with 81 yards were really exciting and fun to watch.
Yeah, but they were winning. Yeah, they were fucking winning, dude. I watched them. The Tebow, when he won that playoff game, was the night my first daughter was born. Yeah. It was Alabama versus LSU in the national championship Saturday night. And then Sunday night, it was fucking Tim Tebow, Denver Broncos. I'm pretty sure they beat the Steelers.
Yes, they beat the Steelers.
Where he had like fucking 5 completions, 80 yards, and they won on his last throw, which was 40 yards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Half his yards in the last throw.
Half his yards were in the final play of the game. And it was awesome. It was the drive home safely moment. It was a walk-off.
That was the fucking, the big kneeling in the end zone, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or I think he knelt where he threw. Like, the big thing was just Demaryius Thomas, like, getting, like, no deep safety to cover that. Like, they did not expect a slant or a post. They just thought, what the fuck? He threw it? Like, and then it was a good throw. Like, that was also annoying is, it was a good throw. So everyone wants to make fun of the way he throws and he can't throw a ball. It's like, well, I saw that one. It looked pretty fucking good. Let's see. Nathan also in the chat just tagged me in something, but I can't read it. My screen isn't showing me what he wrote. But I'm unbelievably excited for this weekend of college football, even though week 1 lived up to the fucking hype, dude. Like, week 1 was everything that we needed in college football. Clemson Tigers destroying Georgia Tech. Like, that's one of those games that I mentioned.
Oh wait, let me read Nathan's because it's important. It says Leatherwood's. This is quoted from some article. Leatherwood's rookie season in silver and black was subpar as the Crimson Tide product allowed 8 sacks and committed 14 penalties as a 17-game starter.
14.
You can plan on at least 1 penalty a game on this.
One penalty a game, and half the time a sack. Half the games let him right through. Like, he was so bad at.
As a guard.
As a guard.
Not as a tackle.
How do you play left tackle in the SEC and then you're just so bad as a guard? Like, a guard is what I'm like. Goodness gracious. So, yeah, not my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing to have Alex. Like, that was a rough time for me. So I'm glad that that's over. We're all better for it. But let's take a look at what games we have this weekend because, that's always exciting when you get to look at college football week 2. And then, of course, NFL week 1, which we'll get to immediately following this. But obviously big games for us here in Texas. Texas is going up against Alabama. And we all know that the Longhorns play their best against the number 1 seeded Alabama. So Texas is going to get their asses kicked. It's going to be sad. I kind of don't know why Steve Sarkisian was the guy. Zach, like, nobody can explain that to me. Like, why would they go get Sarkisian? That makes no sense.
I have no idea.
Is it the
he was at USC, right? When it was just shit?
He was at USC. He was like getting drunk and getting in divorces. So that didn't go well. And then he went back to coach with Saban. So I think a lot of people kind of look at if you coach for Saban, it's almost like a rehab, like a 28 days later program or whatever. And I'm rehabilitated. I've won some more games. I'm ready to coach my team again. Texas, dude, like, there's no.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white
Thank
kids.
you, Leroy Shumway. Like, there's no way that he's going to turn this program around. You need to be like a force, and this guy's not a force. He's kind of a pussy, and he's going to coach Texas, and they're going to get smoked by Alabama. And Texas is one of these teams. They're moving to the SEC because they think that'll help them recruit. They're about to get embarrassed by the SEC's finest.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? Also a 60-point victory? We
should get the spreads up, huh? Like, that's probably the way we should be looking at this. College football week 2, bet MGM. You know that I was watching. What were we watching? We were watching baseball. We were watching the Rangers and the Astros. They have advertisements that were like, bet MGM, and it just says, live in Louisiana is what it says under that. And I'm just looking at that thinking, are bet MGM telling me to fake my address and just say that I live in Louisiana so I could bet on sports? What the fuck? What a weird thing to just have advertised. Hey, where do you want to play? We're on the site right now with Jamie Foxx. I live in Louisiana, obviously. Louisiana. Like, just goes.
Wow.
Just goes right through, baby. So, and Rizzo says, come to Louisiana. Let's just use his address, win some money on BetMGM.
Sounds good, dude. I got a VPN now, dude. I don't need to fake anything.
That's true. You can just say you're from Louisiana, or it could just have you place the bets. Maybe it's we got right through. I was going to say, maybe it wasn't going to let me go through. It wouldn't let me, it's got to verify my address. I can't go through. Nope, I'm right through. Good to go. Just keep clicking. $1,000 risk-free bet. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. The spread. They're giving Texas 20 points.
20. It's at Alabama or at Texas?
It is
it's
at Texas. So it's in Austin. They're giving them 20. Is there any chance that Texas wins? Like, I hate being optimistic fan. There's no way that Texas wins. But what if they do?
Fuck, if they do, you can make a lot of money, dude.
Should we throw something down? We get $1,000.
I was thinking that. I like look at Ohio. Wait, Ohio State is a minus 10,000 money line?
Wait, how does this? Okay, so even look.
You got to bet $10,000 to win $100.
And even this spread, 43.5 points. Arkansas State is not that bad. I don't know. How much? Let's pull our money together. Rizzo's going to lay some bets down for us because I'm thinking Arkansas State covers.
That's a big fucking spread.
That's a lot of spread. 43.5. Think about that. Let's go through some of the popular ones, though. South Carolina and Arkansas, that's just an 8.5 point spread. They're going to give that.
Dude, that blows. Have you ever seen a mince 10,000 money line?
No, I've never seen that on a money line. Like, there's no point.
$10,000 to win $100.
That's just so assholes
That's
don't.
A lock,
they
dude.
don't want people to bet on that. Yeah, like that's no. You're not. Don't bet on this. You're going to win change if you bet cash on this thing. Okay, let that one go. But an 8.5 point spread for Arkansas, South Carolina. That's going to be a close game. I mean, it's at Arkansas. I live here in Texas. A lot of my Arkansas, they let you do like in-state tuition if you're from Texas. Like you have to meet a certain requirement as far as, I don't know if you have to go to like a community college or something, or you have to have a certain GPA. But like, what a steal! That's why these schools are able to just get people to go to them. Like, who wants to go to Arkansas? But you can get in-state tuition from like anywhere you're at as long as you meet certain requirements. That's fantastic. So I'm thinking Arkansas wins this game, Geezy.
I'll take them, sure.
I'm only going to pitch the games that have less than a 10-point spread. Like Tennessee, the Vols, they're being given 6.5 points. Oh no. They take it away 6.5 against Pitt. Why are people obsessed with Pitt? Is it because they had Kenny Pickett? Like people pretend to like them, like they're going to be a powerhouse. They're definitely losing to Tennessee.
It's got to be, dude.
Tennessee's going to fucking maul these assholes. How are they even?
Ooh. Wait, go back up.
Which one?
Akron. Versus Michigan State.
Yeah,
there's another minus 10,000. Jeez,
I guess because when you're one of these Akrons or Citadels, when you're one of these shitty schools, like of course you're gonna get mauled. And they're even saying the spread here is 34.5 points. That's a 5 touchdown game. Like that's when you're playing Madden on rookie, just balling out to build your stats up for your franchise mode. Like look at these guys, so good. Kentucky and Florida, your boys at Florida, dude. Kentucky, look, it's only a 5.5 point spread.
Well, Kentucky's ranked. They're like top 20 as well.
Are they top 15 like Florida? I'm thinking we throw money on Florida, dude. Look, they'll cover that.
I think they're ranked 22, actually.
I think they'll win by more than 5.5.
Why is there no money line on that game? It's too close.
Too close to call, dude. I have no idea why. But I love that. USC at Stanford is always a fun game for us USC-ites.
It used to be.
Yeah, right. Stanford is being given 8.5. I'm thinking USC. Like USC with Lincoln Riley, obviously they're like the villains of the NCAA right now. What do you think? Is he really going to turn that program around to like everyone? Because everyone that played for him hates him. I work with one guy that played for him, and he says everyone hated that fucking guy.
Wait, where? Who?
His name is Jalen, but he played for him at Oklahoma.
Who played for who?
Oh, Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma.
Oh,
yeah. And just said he hated playing for him, and he came in, and it was, he would
fucking know everything.
Yeah, he knew everything, and he would kind of do this thing where, hey, if you were the best, like if you're Von Miller and you play football a certain way really well, like you're the best line, like what happened to Darrelle Revis, he's a shutdown corner in New York, and then he goes to Tampa, and they want him to play zone, and he doesn't do that very well. So the coach is like, I need people that play zone, damn it. It's like, but you have Darrelle Revis, like one of the best shutdown corners in.
Just have him do man coverage and then have somebody backfill the zone.
Yeah, why would you not just have the best player at that assignment do that? And that's kind of what happened at Oklahoma is if, they bring in this running back who plays a certain style, they would kind of go, oh, well, that's cool, but we need you to do this. Like, you look at Baker, you look at Kyler, you look at Jalen Hurts. Like all those guys are kind of the same template when they're in the NFL now. It's like, yeah, I kind of throw, but I'm more of a runner, and I just do a lot of things on the go. And they all fit that Lincoln Riley offense perfectly.
I mean, college is the place where you get to do that. Like you run your system, and you can recruit guys that fit in that system. It's hard to do that in the fucking NFL draft.
Dude, Hawaii, it's a 51.5 point spread. Hawaii at Michigan. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Look, they're not even taking bets for Michigan.
They're not even doing a money line bet for that. Come on. I'm betting on Hawaii. Rizzo, what's your address? They're going to send you a verification letter.
I would take the spread on that, dude, for sure.
I don't know if I could because Hawaii lost 63-10. I guess that's only 53 points. Yeah, that's true. They lost 63-10 to Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt is worse than Michigan in my opinion. So that's a rough.
I mean,
one.
there's only so much time in a game though, Vleeties. Once you start getting up to 60, 70 points, like there's just not enough time to do that.
Well, they're going to run out of time. Plus,
unless they're just going to turn over the ball.
If Hawaii could not turn the ball over, maybe will. Maybe we can hold them to a 50-point lead. Like just hold them, don't let them score again. Just
hold.
That might be the most exciting game of football ever, and that's at 7 p.m., dude. That's prime time.
Dude, how exciting would that be though? To make that bet would make that game so much more interesting. Just like fuck, you just got to hold them to 50. Come on.
Just hold him to a 7-touchdown lead.
You don't even have to score. Just hold him to 50 points.
Thank you, Rizzo, for the hydration spell. I don't know. Out of all the things we've read, and
field goals are just fucking victories in that game if you're on that spread bet.
And I am a Hawaii fan, so all I could think of is how do we not throw some money on that? Because I don't expect Hawaii to win. I just hope that they don't give up more than 51.5 points on the spread there. That might be one that we have to look into. I mean, Baylor BYU, that's actually a good game. That's probably going to be the game of the week.
I think they are the highest ranked people facing each other.
Gotta go Baylor though. I live here. Baylor, even though I think they're dogged in this game. They're dogged.
I'll go BYU because I live here.
You live there, dude. That's exciting stuff. And then this is week 2 game lines. Louisville. So these games.
So what college are you closest to?
TCU. Okay.
TCU?
SMU. I'm kind of equal distance from Southern Methodist and Texas Christian. Of course, if we're talking college football, TCU. And then Baylor, I'm about 2 hours away from, maybe 2.5, not 2 hours. UT Austin, I'm about 3.5. So I mean, that's where the horns are, bro. Little hook 'em horns. I forgot about the Mean Green at the University of North Texas up there in Denton. I'm definitely only like 20 minutes from them. So, I'm in the Mecca, just kind of in the Mecca here. Texas Tech is about 6 hours away. I'm just surrounded by them all. So it's fun. This is the best place for college football, in my opinion.
And high school football.
And I'm going to a high school game. I think in 2 or 3 weeks we're going to Irving High School. Yeah, Permian. We're going to go to the Basin. By the way, that's like a real thing, all right? The Permian Basin and Odessa and Midland, like they're not that far away, but they're in the middle of nowhere. So, and I can only imagine,
they are actually the Permian Panthers.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been on their website before. I was very excited to go check out.
They have a website?
Yeah, the Permian Panthers Mojo, like it's a real thing, like Mojo and all that shit. Permian Panthers, Odessa, Texas.
They still have pretty much the same uniforms.
Yeah, see Mojo, like Permian Powers past Midway, September 2nd. Mojo got their offense rolling in a 41-20 win over the Waco Midway Panthers. So, dude, this shit's for real out here. I mean, it's crazy. Like Friday nights, like football is on TV is almost just as important as college on Saturdays.
Dude, go scroll up and click on football at the top and just look at this fucking picture.
Squad.
Read all the stats on that sign.
Squad.
What's the top left say?
District champs. This one I hear. Undefeated.
They've had like 9 undefeated
seasons. They just have that shit blown up. And then they have they won the national title in '89. Who was on that squad? Do you think? There had to be some talent on that one. State champions, and they've won that a few times. It's crazy because you watch that movie and you'd assume that they were like more prevalent in college football, but 1991 was the last time that they won a state championship.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
And honestly,
I'm looking up that team to see who was on it.
And honestly, got to give them credit. They're in fucking Odessa, Texas. There's nothing around that. Like that literally is you either work oil or nothing. Like there's nothing there. So kudos to these guys for caring about high school football. And maybe this is like when I watched Last Chance U. Last Chance U, all I learned was black people are told from very early that they're only allowed to play football, go to jail, or rap. Like that's the 3 things that they all say on Last Chance U. Like that's what I'm allowed to do. That's all I've been ever been good at. And here we are. It's like if you're from Odessa, you either play football or go to jail or work oil. Those are your 3 things. That's all you get to do. But yeah, real school, dude.
That 1989 team averaged 300 rushing yards a game.
Who was their running back? Do they have anybody? Was
it
somebody noticeable? Like it had to be somebody that played professionally. How do you rack up that many? Maybe he went to like SMU and like tore his ACL or some shit. Like maybe he was Booby. Maybe it was Booby Miles.
Booby Miles. 1987. Sean Crow had 2,300 rushing yards.
Sean Crow, I don't know who that is.
I don't see any names that are.
Well, let's go through the NFL. That's really what we're here for. It's kickoff week. The first game is in 2 nights. It's going to be in Los Angeles at SoFi, the home of the defending Super Bowl champions. In this game, like BetMGM, this game is too close to call, dude. Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams, 2.5-point spread. The Bills are the favorites to win this game, which I agree with. I mean, they are on the road.
Just home field. They're saying it's even.
Yeah, it's on. They're on the road, so that's going to be tougher for Buffalo. And the Rams, they're going to be like, there's going to be a banner and shit. Like they won the Super Bowl. Matt Stafford, you guys know him. It's really hard to not just pick the Rams in the opener, but. Didn't Peyton Manning go to Baltimore? Or no, that game was in Denver, right? That week. The Ravens won the Super Bowl like, woo, home opener. But then they had to play on the road because the Nationals were doing something that night or some shit. And they couldn't do the game in Baltimore or something. The Orioles, I can't remember what it was. And then the Broncos put up like 49 points. It was like a Hawaii-Michigan game. I'm going Rams, dude. Am I crazy? Rams at home, week 1, banner?
I would go Bills. I think they're going to come out and make a fucking statement for this season.
You think so? This is like the Josh Allen, like Peyton Manning game where it's like, hey.
They need to. If they want to have a legit season, they need to win. I work for ESPN. This is a must-win game. Week 1. must win for the LA Rams.
And as soon as they lose, how important is this week 1 loss to Buffalo?
How hot is fucking Sean Payton's seat right now after week 1?
After week 1, it's Josh Allen.
Not Sean Payton. Fucking what's his name? Sean McVay.
Is Josh Allen a true star quarterback? Like ESPN gets it. And they know that I'm just watching it when I'm at the gym or at a bar. So that's why the headlines are so ridiculous. They want you to kind of glance at it and go, what the fuck are they trying to say? Like
the ticker is just the Josh Allen era.
Yeah, the Josh Allen. Well, every time, even when you're watching, when I was at the gym and they had the captain on, they were just showing that Derek Jeter show. There was even tickers like greatest, it was like greatest trade in NFL history ? And I'm like, what trade is that? I gotta know. Tune in tonight to see what the trade was, and I didn't even tune in. I must have missed it. But has there been any monumental trades like Herschel Walker this year? No. So. Ravens and Jets. Now this is in New York. It's a 1 touchdown spread, so I think that BetMGM has a lot of faith in New York because I think the Ravens are fucking.
They get 3 points for being at home, so it's really 10-point spread.
Dude, I'm for sure going Ravens. People are mad at Lamar Jackson for some reason. Like he's not being talked about as an elite number 1 quarterback anymore. Did he do something?
I mean, he just can't throw the ball.
Is that it? Because I watch him throw and he's all right. Like maybe because I used to watch RG3 play and this Lamar Jackson's great.
You loved RG3 so much.
That's what I mean, and he wasn't that good. Like I watch Lamar Jackson, and he's like a way better version of that. It's like you just watch his RG3 film. He's like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Okay, I got it. Like he's like, I can do this. RG3 was his backup for 2 years. So
he taught him everything he knew.
Saints and Falcons, 2 teams that are kind of identity crisis for both of these teams.
I'm taking New Orleans. Jameis is coming out with his fixed eyes. He's throwing as long as he can throw 2 more touchdowns than he does interceptions, they'll win.
I might just be.
That's a big ask.
I might be contrarian here. I think, and normally I will just take look. The better team is the Saints. I agree with you. I like Jameis. Michael Thomas is kind of hurt, but I think he's coming back. Alvin Kamara isn't suspended yet. Falcons, that team is they're really banking on Mariota to get this thing done, and they didn't really build enough around him. They don't have Calvin Ridley. They lost Russell Gage. Drake London? This team doesn't have, it's not a very sexy roster right now. Having said all that, they're going to win. It's going to be Falcons at home, rivalry game. I'm excited to see what they do. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Falcons. I would put money on that. They're being given 5.5 points by our friends at BetMGM Louisiana. So I think that's a very, very reasonable move. Do I have to ask Patriots, Dolphins? The Dolphins are favorited here. So I thought this would be.
This is a split. If they're getting 3.5, they get 3 for being at home. So
I don't know, dude. I'm looking at this. I like the Patriots. I think that they're going to come out better than they did last year. Last year, they were pretty damn good for having a rookie quarterback and just kind of, I mean, they have Belichick. But people are really high on Tua, including myself. I feel like Tua and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, this offense kind of, it's like what the Browns were a couple of years ago when everybody's like, oh, no, Beckham and Jarvis Landry, his team's going to be sick, bro. I think that Tua, this is a big year for him. This is his make or break year in a lot of ways. This is a must-have season for Tua. So I'm going Patriots though. I know I said all that, but Belichick ain't losing. He's had all summer. No. He's had all summer to prepare for this one fucking game, so they're gonna win.
Exactly. Don't ever pick against the Patriots,
especially all this time. Like whenever it's week 1, this has been on every speech has been. We got Miami coming up, so keep your eye focused. You guys who are gonna get cut, keep your eyes focused on the price. Like amazing motivational speeches from Belichick. Cleveland Browns, Panthers, the Baker Mayfield Bowl. It's in Carolina, Baker's new home. We're going to watch Jacoby Brissett. That'll be a lot of fun for all of us viewers at home. You said the home team gets 3 points. I mean, this game really does seem like I think the Panthers are just going to destroy them, calling it.
CMC is back. Who's their number 1 wide receiver? Is Robbie Anderson?
DJ Moore. DJ Moore's pretty good. He's going really high in a lot of fantasy drafts, which, just take that for what it's worth. But I do find that kind of odd. Like, DJ Moore's the guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I would go Browns just because I saw them in the preseason. They looked pretty good. But I hope CMC has a good game at least.
I think everybody's really hoping that he does. I've avoided him like the plague. And like in the league I'm in with Jason, I get to pick my own spot in the draft. Like I won the game. We do a little mini game. Whoever we have a random number generator, pick a number, and whoever gets closest gets to pick which spot they are in the draft. And I won, and I picked the 6th pick. And they were like, "Why would you do that?" And I said, because the last 2 years I've had Christian McCaffrey and he fucking let me down both years in a row. So why would I ever do that again? Like I don't want to do that. So I'm okay with that 6th pick. I ended up getting, I think, Justin Jefferson with the 6th overall pick. So I'm very happy with the way that team looks. And I'm just not in on CMC, but they got Baker Mayfield. That's where I'm leaning. Baker Mayfield's going to have a big one. He's going to be good for about 3 or 4 games this year. This is one of those 3 or 4 games.
He's going to get up for this one?
Oh, yeah. He's had all summer to get ready for this one.
I haven't seen him in any commercials. Maybe he refocused.
Yeah, maybe. Isn't it strange how, because Progressive is headquartered in Cleveland, so maybe that was part of like that. Oh, it's an easy pairing. You're in Cleveland. We're the insurance company. We have the baseball field, Progressive Field. And I was like, well, I'm moving out. This isn't my home anymore. You guys brought in a massage rapist, and I'm out of here. You guys, fuck you guys. I'm on my way out. So Steelers and Bengals. Bengals are favorited. Obviously, Joe Burrow at home. They're not losing. Like I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the Steelers this year. A lot of people are making fun of them because Mitchell Trubisky was named the number 1, true number 1, Mitchell Trubisky. Which I don't know. Maybe he's going to be better than we're giving him credit for. And we'll see, but they're playing Joe Burrow at home. No fucking way, right?
No way. That Joey B is going to lose week 1 at home.
Right. I mean, this is
to the shit Steelers.
Yeah, if it was the Steelers, and again, Mitchell Trubisky might be good. Okay, I mean, he got to some playoff games in Chicago. He's not like we're one double doink away from him being in like the NFC Championship. Like, let's not pretend that if a kicker could have just made that ball, he wouldn't. They would have. Wasn't that the Eagles? Like, was that the year the Eagles was the Super Bowl? Like, Mitch Trubisky was right there. So let's not pretend that he couldn't have got that team to the Super Bowl. He could have Nick Foles this way to a championship. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Now he's with Pittsburgh. He's going to do great.
I don't want to hear that until Kaepernick has a job, please, okay? He took a team to the Super Bowl. He was the fucking man, and he can't get a job? You're gonna tell me he can't get a job?
That's true.
But Trubisky's a starter.
He must have practiced when they invited him to a practice, because that usually that usually helps.
He's white, Vleeties, you know that's
when the league invites you to an open tryout and you want to, hey, I don't want to do it here. I want to do it out at this outdoor venue, so I gotta have cameras there, and I can film this for my documentary. And that's what he wanted. And he didn't want to work out at fucking the Superdome or wherever they were doing it. And now he's unemployed. So good for him. Niners and Bears, bro. Niners are favorited. The Bears stink. I'm going Niners. That defense is going to destroy Fields and that offensive line that's thrown together by tape.
Yeah, Niners for sure.
It's a 7-point spread. I kind of would give that to the Niners still.
I would take the Niners at -7 on that one.
Yeah, I still think they're going to win by at least
Malachi
10.
Black says Cowboys aren't winning week 1 v Vleeties.
Dude, wait till we get to that game.
Malachi Black says Cowboys aren't winning week v Vleeties.
Oh, I repeated it to really rub it into my face.
Also, I mean, if Leatherwood really did go to the Bears, I'm taking the Niners all day.
That's actually a great point.
Is there a spread for the sack total? Can we bet on that?
Eagles and Lions, as much as I love Hard Knocks, I'm really high on the Eagles this year. I think the Eagles have, like I said, the best offensive line. They have Jalen Hurts, who looks pretty good. Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown. They added a lot of correct pieces. And luckily for them, I'm going to throw this out there, they're in a division where it doesn't take much to win it. So I think they added enough to win that division. And I think that'll help them all. They made it to the playoffs last year without beating a team with a winning record. I think this year all they got to do is beat a couple teams with winning records, and they'll get back to the postseason. So, is Hard Knocks, has it changed your mind? Is Detroit going to get there?
I am honestly surprised it's even this close, because I am all about. I want the fucking Lions to win. I love this Hard Knocks, but. Yeah, the Eagles are going to be fucking sick this year. There's no way the Lions are only a 4-point spread at home. The Eagles should be getting probably 10 points, I think, in this.
Yeah.
What's the money line?
Right.
-200.
Yeah, -200 for Philly. So, I mean, they are the favorites, but it's not much. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
I don't know which one I would definitely. I don't know if I would take any. I think that the Eagles are going to blow them out. I would take that -4. There's no way. Colts and Texans. Matty Ice.
This is probably the least interesting game of the week for me.
The AFC South has a tendency to do this, where they'll have a year or two of okay, this looks exciting. Deshaun Watson and Andrew Luck. There are times where this division might be cool. But it's the worst division in football, in my opinion. Even Tennessee, when they're almost in the Super Bowl, you're kind of not believing it still. You're still shaking your head no, that's not correct. Something's wrong there. Colts and Texans. Texans are being given 7 points on the spread. I guess Matt Ryan. Everyone likes this Michael Pittman Jr. That's everybody's favorite fantasy pick in the second round. You guys really love Matt Ryan and Michael Pittman Jr. You think that's a second round fantasy value? So I don't know if that's the same. Colts, I guess. Jonathan Taylor, points.
Sure.
Right? There's no way. Who gives a shit? Jaguars and Commanders. Commanders are gonna fucking bury these guys. I can't wait for the Commanders, dude. They're gonna kick ass. Is Trevor Lawrence gonna take that step? How important is this game to the legacy of Trevor Lawrence?
I don't know, because Urban's gone, right?
Yeah, the training wheels are off. You got rid of what your problem was, which was Urban Meyer. Now you're going to have an offense that's just going to be told to let loose. You have Travis Etienne, who's making his debut. James Robinson seems to be recovered from his Achilles injury. This is it. You lost TJ Sharp.
On this team?
Travis Etienne is on. He got drafted last year, but he got hurt in preseason, so he's making his debut. There's a lot of. If you're a Jaguars fan, there's not a lot to be excited about, but there's more than there was last season.
For sure. Yeah. The only worry is he's on his second head coach in his second year in the NFL, which never usually goes well.
Yeah.
That's why I asked that, but sure. Fuck the Commanders, dude. Till they change their name back, I don't want them to win a game.
Dude, Wentz, McLaurin, this team is stacked, bro. Chase Young's not playing, though. I when I was doing my fantasy draft last night, I literally looked up if Chase Young was back because I was going to draft their defense, and he's not back, so fuck them. Not going Commanders. Chiefs and Cardinals, the Nathan Weather Bowl. He loves the Arizona Cardinals. I don't mean to be this guy. They're just like an over-the-hill gang. They got Kyler, who's young, but everyone else is a little bit like older. This strange team of we're going to bring in all these stars. We don't care how old they are. They're going to win us a championship. I'm predicting it, dude. I'm thinking the Chiefs win.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's a fucking 6-point spread.
Oh, I'm taking that spread all day. I'm shocked.
And
that's
they get
the
3
spread.
points for being at home, so they really think it's a 2-point spread, 3-point spread.
I'm going all in on Kansas City for that. I do think it's kind of weird that they don't have Tyreek anymore, and they kind of tried to throw in like a Juju in there. And
I don't like Juju, but I'd take Juju over Tyreek.
it's funny that you don't like Juju because he averages more yards per catch than Antonio Brown, and like that's all that it takes to be one of the best receivers in NFL history, I thought.
I mean, clearly Antonio Brown was much better and more talented, but that's fine.
I'm wondering how that stat even is true. Is it just because like Antonio's caught so many passes, like maybe some of them are behind the line of scrimmage or something, and he has like a couple 0-yard receptions that really mess up the average? Because how does Juju have a higher yak or yards per catch rather? Yeah, yards per.
Well, he is way bigger, isn't he? Antonio Brown's just a little guy, dude.
Wow. Well, did you see him do his dance? He's not that little. Raiders, Chargers is this in LA? How are they doing? Oh, because the first game's on Thursday. So they're going to switch the turf. They're going to get the Charger turf out there, get rid of the Rams. But we all know this is a home game for the Los Angeles Raiders. And the Raiders are going to beat the Chargers. Justin Herbert's not that special, everybody. Let's relax. Let's also relax about Keenan Allen. He's like 30-something. This isn't their year, all right? They didn't add anything other than Khalil Mack, who was a great Raider.
Malachi Black says Hollywood and Kyler going to light up the Chiefs.
Dude, I don't know.
Hey, just so we're clear, Vleeties, Antonio Brown is 5'10", 185 pounds, and Juju is 6'1", 215. Okay.
Okay. Well, you know what?
That's the yak.
So Juju's the best receiver in the NFL, then, right?
In the NFL, not even top 10.
Oh, dude, he's top 3 at least, in my opinion.
Top 3.
Dude, he's 6'1". That's how you judge good receivers. How tall are they? So Raiders or Chargers, Geezy? Careful what you say.
Raiders. Fuck the Chargers. I don't care who's playing the Chargers. I'll pick the other team.
I'm so shocked that everyone is so high on the Chargers. They're my 4th pick to win the AFC West. Everybody is so set on Herbert.
And they have Justin Herbert.
Eckler.
Okay.
Well,
can catch the ball.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Who's their? I don't remember their tight. Not Hunter Henry
Who's their
anymore.
Kicker?
I don't remember. Nate Kading used to be their kicker. It's not Daniel Carlson, I'll tell you that. They don't have Devontae Adams. They don't have Josh Jacobs. They don't have Zamir White. They don't have Derek Carr. Raiders are taking it, dude. Raiders with Josh McDaniel and Darren Waller are going to be great.
I think so, dude. I'll go the Los Angeles Raiders.
And even Nathan does say Chargers going far. Look at their defense, and that's a great call. Like they do have one of the Bosas, which is always important to a good defense. They have one of the Ingrams, that's important to a defense, and they have Khalil Mack now. So they did beef up the defense. So I think that's where everybody's getting this like confidence, like they're gonna be amazing. And they did bitch slap the Raiders on that Monday Night Football game last season. But I just got a feeling, dude. I think Josh McDaniels will know how to beat this Charger defense. And I think that the Raiders are a lot better. Plus, they're going to be at home in Los Angeles. Like that's a Raider home game. People don't understand. That is a Raiders.
It's not even close, dude. There's going to be so many more Raiders fans there.
Yeah, I'm shocked that the Chargers have like whenever the Raiders play the Chargers, they should have those games in San Diego. Like that'll be the one game a year in San Diego is whenever the Raiders are coming to town. Packers and Vikings. Alan Lazard's hurt, I'm hearing, so it's really going to be who's Aaron throwing the ball to. Robert Tonyan's also hurt. Aaron Jones is healthy and A.J. Dillon are healthy, so I don't know. I like Justin Jefferson. I like Kirk Cousins. I like Dalvin Cook. But it's Aaron Rodgers, right?
I don't I don't think that's a good strategy for this year.
You don't think so?
Get on the. I don't know, dude. I think they're gonna struggle. I think maybe they take this game, but I would take Minnesota.
I'm leaning
honestly.
I'm leaning heavily Minnesota. The Packers didn't do anything to beef up the offense. They lost MVS. He went to Kansas City. Like Alan Lazard and a bunch of rookies aren't going to be able to. It's going to be somebody's going to have to make a huge impact week 1. So this is a pivotal week 1, right, for Green Bay.
I mean, if they win 12 games, I say Aaron Rodgers MVP again.
Right? Like, how do you not?
Like, it's going to be all him unless their running back just goes off.
If they have Jones and Dylan rush for like 1,500 each, then yeah. But that's not going to happen. Like, really good. Like, this is still a Rodgers team. This is a Matt LaFleur offense. They know something we don't know. There's got to be like, why would they not have a receiver? Like, why would they not? You have a perennial quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and you didn't give him anybody. Like, Odell Beckham is still like rehabbing, but at least get him on the roster. Like, show that we're trying to give you some players.
Dude, I just think they're like spiteful because he's got 1 year left.
I think
on his deal.
I think he has 2, doesn't he? Because didn't he sign a 2-year extension? Like he had 1 year left, and they were going to trade him, but then he put a 2-year extension on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they don't get another wide receiver in there. Maybe did they draft wide receivers?
Yeah, they have like Christian Watson. They got a couple guys that I just don't know. It's not like they got any of the huge, like, outstanding. We got to get this wide receiver from what they didn't really do that. They got kind of the developmental projects, and maybe Rodgers is the guy to, if you give him one of these developmental, like remember Ken Burrell Tompkins for the Patriots, where who's Brady's number 1? Ken Burrell. You know, like maybe they're just going to try and do that this year and hope. Hey, maybe look, Devonta Adams had to be developed too. You know, it's not like coming out of Fresno State he was the number 1 receiver, and now he is. I mean, maybe that's exactly what's going to happen. So. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, you're right, Vikings. How do you not go Vikings at home? Let's give them a little bit of love, too. Giants at Titans. It's only a 5.5-point spread. I think I don't like the Giants at all. I think it might be the worst organization in football. Every year, I just scratch my head at what they've assembled and put out there. Their uniforms are getting uglier every year. They're turning into a college team, like right before our eyes. So I think the Titans – with everything that they have, even though last year it didn't look as sexy as it did 2 years ago, they're still a much more complete package than whatever New York's putting out there this year.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Dimes is on the fucking hot seat this year. Is he even starting?
He was on the hot seat when he got drafted. Like, I've never understood that. And everybody pretends that he's good. It's like, no, like, if he was good, they would be a good team, but he's not. It's not like they have this like trapped soul, like this amazing football player who's just being held back by the system, man. Like, no, he's not good, and the Giants are not good. So why would anyone expect them to win games?
I don't know, man. I also hate the Giants, so
yeah,
I'm all on board with Tennessee. Yeah. I mean, next game, you guys are getting fucking trounced.
Main event, Sunday night. I'm so excited.
How is it even within 10 points?
Collinsworth. Just throw that out there. For the best football games have Collinsworth as the color commentator. Is Al Michaels doing games this year, or is it Tirico? I watched some preseason. I didn't see Al Michaels.
I don't know. I mean, don't get me started on Collinsworth. I won't even watch that game now that you told me Collinsworth is the one fucking commentating.
Dude, is Al Michaels leaving NBC? Let's see. Signs emeritus deal with NBC Sports.
You know what sucks is we're never going to get Gruden back.
Oh, as a commentator? Nah. He's even trying to come back to, like, football. Like, he's coaching.
Maybe
like,
Fox Sports will fucking...
There'll be some hit, like Barstool will get him to do something, like some hip non-mainstream sports media source will be able to get Gruden on board to like, you know how Peyton and Eli watch the games together? They'll have Gruden watching it with they'll have Gruden and Chris Rose watching games together, and they'll be, Well, Chris, I like what he did here. Like, they'll do that. So what's an emeritus role? The network will see him continue to broadcast and contribute across the sports division on a high profile, including the NFL playoffs and the Olympics. He is expected to call one preseason game for NBC. Al has been the soundtrack to many of the greatest moments in sports. We are thrilled that he's staying with the family, raising our stature of events to come. So it looks like he's not... NFL broadcasting lion Al Michaels moves to primetime video, teaming with Kirk Herbstreit in Thursday Night Booth. Is he doing the Thursday night games now on Amazon? Is that what he's doing?
I guess that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it looks like Al Michaels and Herbstreit. That's going to be amazing, dude. I can't wait to hear that. So, but thank God we still have Chris Collinsworth, bro. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to make the long journey to Dallas, Texas. And this game's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Last year, this was one of the best games of the year. It's going to be the most watched game of the week. Sunday Night Football. Collinsworth already said that. I don't know, Buccaneers, right? Having said all that.
I mean, yeah, not even close.
They're only giving them 2.5.
Yeah, put $100 on that.
Dude, what if the Cowboys win? What if Dak does it? You don't think this is the year of the Dak attack?
I've got Dak in my league, so sure, but no.
Oh, man, I'm just so excited for that game. And then Broncos.
I will never, no. I will, until the Cowboys win another Super Bowl, I'm not going to say, dude's Cowboys year.
Mega Fury 420, thanks for the follow. And this might be the Cowboys year. I like that you said that. And then on Monday Night Football, Broncos, Seahawks. Gino's starting, I think.
Malachi Black says Doc isn't doing shit.
Dak is going to win the Super Bowl this year. I can't believe it. It's going to be so fun. Bucks by 10 according to Mega Fury. That's not a bad pick. Can even be Bucks by 20. I'm still picking the Cowboys.
Put $100 on Tampa Bay right now.
Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks, Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, my favorite. That'll be outstanding. But Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson's debut.
Oh, yeah, against Seattle, for sure. He's got to go fuck them up.
Kevin Scampoli just wrote in the chat something I'd like to get your opinion on. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva? Is that boxing? That's boxing, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
So 6 hours ago, our friends over at ESPN broke this story. Jake Paul to face UFC legend Anderson Silva in a boxing match. Dude, that's going to be – is that on Triller? Kevin, how do we watch this? That's going to be fantastic. So
the problem is Anderson is a much better boxer, but he's way smaller, I feel like, isn't he?
They're going to be 185. Isn't that what Silva is? Silva's lanky as shit. So I have a feeling this is going to be – Nathan Weller, thanks for gifting a sub, my friend. Here, let's hear it from the horse's mouth, Jake Paul.
What is up, MVP family? I wanted y'all to be the first to know it is official. Me versus Anderson Silva, October 29th, Phoenix, Arizona. It is an honor to be in there with the legendary Anderson Silva. Although, I'm going to knock him out in under 5 rounds. Y'all are the first to know. Be there. I'm so excited. This press conference coming up is on Monday, September 12th.
I'll write that down. We
got a press conference in Phoenix the next day. And then tickets go on sale on the 14th. Pull up.
If he didn't do this on every one of his points, I would not remember what he was saying.
Dude, I'm going to this fight. It's in Phoenix. That's only a 16-hour drive. And it's Halloween weekend. That'll be a lot of fun. That'll be spooky. I can't wait, dude. Silva, Paul, who you picking? Paul?
Silva.
I'm going Paul. He said he's going to knock him out in the 5th. I agree. Why wouldn't I?
Have you seen Anderson Silva's? He's been boxing recently.
He's got reach. I get that. But Jake Paul is – no one's more driven and determined than Jake Paul. I'm surprised you haven't seen that or learned that yet. This guy's a killer.
Okay, man. I mean –
okay, man.
You want to take bets on this? What's the spread?
What's the spread? Give me the spread. I need to watch the weigh-in first, and then I'll give you the spread.
I've never been a gambler, dude. I don't know what it is. I've never bet on sports other than like, hey, I bet you $20 Florida beats Utah.
Well, and I remember at school I used to walk around with like Evan and I would do that. We'd pass the thing out. Like, all right, fill out your picks for the weekend, $10. Winner gets all the money. Second place gets their money back. Like, we would do that. We were like the bookies at school for a little while there. It was a good time. You made some money, and my favorite victory of all time is when Evan thought that New Orleans was going to lose on Monday Night Football, the first game back in the Superdome. I was like, dude, New Orleans is not fucking losing. They're back, bro. How do we not go with New Orleans? You just posted in the chat. This is a video. Is it Silva?
Yeah, it's his boxing highlights, dude.
Oh, no. He's a boxer for real. So is Jake Paul, though.
Yeah.
We'll just throw that out there.
Dude, he's knocked out multiple people.
All right, we're not going to listen to that song while it's playing.
Yeah, get into it. Fast forward.
No, you know what? I do want to hear this song now.
Hello?
What fucking song is this?
When did that become like the song? Like, when did that become like that's how we do music now? Oh, yo, yo.
Touch him. Floyd Mayweather in there.
Oh, what a ride.
Night.
He knocked out Tito Ortiz.
Fought Luis Chavez Jr.
That song is so terrible. Oh, like the beats aren't bad for that music, but then they just play the shittiest like, oh, I got it all. Oh, wasn't the round over? That's not fair. So
he eats a lot of shots, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna take Jake.
I'm taking Jake. This guy sucks.
A lot of shots just to get a hook in there.
I'm Jake Paul all the way. This guy's terrible. So
too old. He's like 40, is he?
Yeah, dude, he's got to be. He had a whole UFC career. He was old in the UFC boxing.
He's 47.
I do enjoy how this news like celebrity boxing, like not even celebrity boxing.
He's gonna make more money from this than all his entire UFC
like this
career.
Is more exciting for us to watch because like UFC, the strategy and all the training that goes into that. These guys, it's way more fun to watch. Like these guys are just like random ass fucking. And yeah, so Kevin in the chat, Silva beats pro boxers. Like you said, he beat Chavez Jr. So I'm curious, and I think Jake Paul, he's pretty good. We'll see. I'm picking Paul.
He's got way more power, I think.
This is going to be great. So,
and me watching Anderson just eat all these shots to the head, that's not looking good.
No, it's not. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. If you're here live on trovo.live/Vleeties, we're going to take a break. I'm going to get Gino in here. He's in the other room. He's in the green room. I'm going to bring him in. He's going to sit down with me. We're going to talk some wrestling. I finished watching All Out today. I did my best to avoid all spoilers. I was very let down by the conclusion. So I'm going to get him in here, and we're going to get his take on things. So I'm excited. Yeah, this is going to be some good shit. So, Keys, any final words before we part ways this evening? Thanks for being here tonight, my friend.
Florida Gators, baby. This is our fucking year. We're coming. Patriots, we're going to be okay. We don't have high hopes. We're not Raiders fans. I just want Mac Jones to stay healthy, take some more steps. We need to develop some guys, but we're good.
All right. He said it here. Raiders fans, by the way, keep the faith. 17-0. It's achievable. Even if we lose with the Chargers, 16-1 isn't bad either. So I'm really excited. I just can't wait for the whole thing to start. So I'll see you guys in a little bit for Vleeties with Gino. Geezy, thanks for stopping by. And let's take a minute and let's collect our thoughts. Yeah, let's do it. So again, thank you guys so much. Geezy, you're the king, man. I appreciate you being here.
See ya, man.
All righty. We'll be chatting this weekend with Geezy throughout the weekend. But what I'm going to do is take a minute, empty whatever is in me, and be right back with my good friend, Sonic Gino.